When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can seem intense. Like breakup R&B intense.
I thought you said you loved the sweater that I got you. If you didn't, you could have told me.
Geico makes it easy. Just go to Geico.com anytime to update or check your policy without all the extra drama.
I even had a gift receipt.
Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of No Conduct Radio. Tonight we're actually talking about a controversial topic, which you know we do once in a while, just sometimes, just only a little bit. We're talking Israel or Palestine. Yes, we are. And we actually have Alice on the line, which she is from Israel. So this topic came from our own host, Cee, so she wanted to know if we could do it. And we talked to Alice about it, and she said yes, she doesn't mind it, because when I first, talked to her about coming on the show, I told her, look, we're real. So she didn't mind it. So we're going to talk about Israel or Palestine. Today's hosts are BJ, Logic, Cee Alice, and Shar is joining us because she was originally supposed to be on, so she came on to join the party. Yay! So we have everybody here. Yay. How's everybody doing? How was your day? Well, how was your week and your weekend and everything like that? Anybody?
Well,
don't all talk at once.
I want to talk about Halloween. Alice, I want to know how your costume is. What it's going to be? What are you going to do?
I'm going to be Morticia Adams. It's so, non-original, but I just love the show. I always loved the show. I always wanted to be Morticia for Halloween, so I finally get to do it. And my husband is going to be Gomez, so, it's going to be fun.
That does sound like fun. Is there a party?
Wait a second. Wait. Everybody stop.
Yeah.
Stop. What? You're married?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're married.
When did this happen?
A long time ago.
I didn't know you were married.
Okay,
you're off the show.
Also.
I only brought you on because I thought you were single. You're off the show. Get off my show. No, I'm playing. No, seriously. I didn't know you were married.
Single and hot. So there goes that.
Well, how old are you again? You're 23, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
23.
I mean, personally, I agree with young marriages. I don't agree with having kids young, but I agree with young marriages. So kudos to you. Wow. Didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, we know each other for a long time, so we know each other for 8 years now. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, I was married at 18, so I don't waste any time.
Yeah, I completely agree with. I heard that. I completely agree with young marriages. To me, it kind of keeps you out of trouble. And I don't really understand when people say, you're too young to get married. Like, how are you too young to get married? You're too young to have children. I can understand that. But getting married, I don't understand how you're too young to get married. If you get divorced, you get divorced. Frick it, whatever. But I don't know. I completely agree with young marriage.
Yeah, but Kai, what's scary about young marriages is if you get married too young, then, for example, in my case, I was 18. We were married almost 20 years. And we haven't been married for a long time, so now I'm older and I don't have a husband. I'm starting over again. I think it's better to wait, sow your oats, be sure of what you really want to do with your life.
Okay, see, exactly what you put in there. Exactly what you put in there. Sow your oats. Yeah, no. Because even if you got married at 30, you could have been together 20 years and still got a divorce and been older and been alone. So what was the difference? Except that you were a whore before you got married. What would have been the difference?
Be divorced at 50 looking for a husband, that's not cute.
But did you just hear what I said? It didn't matter if you got married at 30 and got divorced at 50. You still would have been older and divorced. If you were going to get a divorce, you were going to get a divorce. It doesn't matter what age. The only difference is you wouldn't have, quote-unquote, sowed your oats, a.k.a. been a whore, for the first part of your life. That's the only difference. So, like I said, I agree with you.
Another thing, I'm gonna say from a guy's perspective. From a guy's perspective, From a guy's perspective, I'm going to tell you, even though this is the new day and age, quote unquote, there's a large contingent of men that do not want to wife up a girl with a huge body count. That's a turn off.
Body count?
But girls don't really tell guys that anyway. Girls don't really tell guys that anyway, so.
No. Listen, but guys, we know the formula. If a girl says, "Oh, I was only with 6 guys," you multiply that by 7, and that's how many dudes that she was with.
What?
No, you should
where are you
multiply
getting
that
those
times.
numbers? That's
No, you should multiply that times 12 for you. No, listen, guys, they said you slept with everybody that person slept with. That's what you should be calculating in your head. How many people
Listen, that's exactly the reason why it's important to know. If you ask her how many dudes that you blah, 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 if she tells you, "Oh, I was only with 5 guys," multiply it by 7, she was with 35 dudes, more than likely. Give or take 5 or 10, but her body count is definitely over 20. And the average guy, 20 dudes, listen, 1 in 4 men have an STD and don't know it. So multiply, that's at least 5 dudes that she was with that had something. Nah.
1 in 4? I'm never having sex again, ever. 1 in 4, that's scary. I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah. Listen, the ratio is crazy.
Yeah, that's
a
bull-faced lie. You're not having sex again, bull-faced lie. We're not listening to that crap in there. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so who's coming over tonight now?
Wow.
The boogeyman, I'm by myself.
Yeah, whatever.
I live alone. I'm happy I live alone again. Yay! I'm having a glass of wine.
But we were talking about, this is what I said. Okay, so Shar, if you're just tuning in, so far Shar asked Alice what she's going to be for Halloween. Now, personally, I don't celebrate Halloween, but she asked Alice what she's going to be for Halloween. When she asked Alice this off air, I graciously asked, was she going to be a slutty something? Because for some reason, Halloween is the time that girls take to be even more slutty dressing.
That's true.
So
that's true.
There's a slutty cat, slutty Minnie Mouse, slutty nurse, slutty slut.
Yeah.
I don't know. Slutty slutty. So Alice said she's going to be Morticia, which I know it's going to be like a cleavage bearing all the way down to the belly button kind of dress, am I right?
No, of course not. It's all clothes, really long black dress, no cleavage, nothing like that.
All clothes? Okay. I'm feeling you.
I'm going to post pictures so you're going to see it.
Okay. All right. Post pictures to our No Conduct page. If you want to see Alice's dress, go to No Conduct on Facebook or on Twitter.
Wow.
BJ, you're sounding a little bit,
What?
Hi,
Is
BJ,
everything okay? Do we need to give you a moment?
I'm good. I was
okay.
on tonight. I just saw my email. I was like, oh, wow, I'm on tonight. I didn't know that, but yeah, it's whatever.
Wow, you're just like I mentioned that last week, yes. I'm glad you showed up. Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
You didn't say my name last week. You said Oren's name. You skipped my name.
Did I? Did I really?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Oh, well. Well, you're the new Oren, so.
The new Oren? What does that mean?
I don't know. He said I said Oren, but I put him on as being on tonight, so I just said he's the new Oren.
Oh,
really?
I was like,
really?
Oren, if you're listening, I'm not firing you. That's not what that meant. Don't even listen to Shar, because she's going to take this into a whole other. Never mind.
No, I was
so Shar.
I'm curious.
Okay. So Shar, what are you going to be?
No, I'm just going to be myself. That's enough. It's like Halloween every day with me. So.
My God.
Yeah. It is. Okay, honestly, people at my job want to dress like me every day, wear my hair, wear my clothes, act like me. Someone just told me that on the way home, honestly. So, I'm good. I'll be like Kylie Jenner, where everybody wants to be her this year. But secretly, they don't know. They want to be like me. So, honestly.
I have no comment.
Well,
anybody wants to take this because I'm not doing it.
You guys have to remember, I'm not used to being around all these people. I'm usually at home, quiet working, and now I'm back into the rat race. There's 100-something people at my job, and I've had 5 people just tell me before I left work, and they were like, oh, my God, do you know how many people want to dress up like you? They just want to be you. and they want to wear your hair, your clothes, your makeup, and look like you. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You guys have way too much time in your hands.
I'm
No,
not touching it. Not touching it.
So
Okay,
therefore,
well,
why bother to dress up? I have enough of my clones up there. And this
yeah, that's
weekend.
wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. So, anyways, I wouldn't be. I'm not.
Stuff like I wanted to.
Okay. So I have a dilemma, and I was supposed to bring this up last week, but then our initial question last week turned into our whole show. So I didn't even bring up my dilemma. So my dilemma is, there's a book by Agatha Christie, and it's called, what is it, The Last One More Left, the Last Left, something like that, One Little Soldier, something like that, something along those lines. So I heard about this from another radio show, Kevin and Bean, which is one of my favorite radio shows, and they were talking about the initial name of this book. So, of course, I then had to look it up, and I'm like, because they're like, we can't even say it on air, and I'm shocked that this is the name of the book, blah, 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 blah. So, of course, I had to look it up. And this book was initially called One Little Nigger.
What?
And it took place, yes, and it took place on Nigger Island.
Wow.
And this book,
I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but I don't even believe that. Oh my
yeah,
God.
let me look it
No.
up. Let me look it up and actually see what it's called now. Agatha.
Maybe it's pronounced differently. Maybe it's pronounced something like
no,
Niger.
this is an old book. Oh, here it goes.
10 little N's on an island.
It's currently called And Then There Were None. But when it was originally written, it was written as 10 little Niggers on Nigger Island. But when it came, that's what it is everywhere else. But then when it came, but then when it came to the United States, they renamed it to 10 Little Indians because back then it was still okay to say Indians. And then now that Indian is like politically incorrect, they call it And Then There Were None. Now my dilemma is I read the synopsis of this book, and it sounds freaking incredible. But I don't want to support somebody that's obviously racist. So what do I do?
You got to get to the bottom of it, Ty. No, you do some research first. I wouldn't read it yet. Do some research
I already
first.
did the research, and that's what it was called. It was called 10 Little N-Words. That's what it was called.
No, but find out why. But there's a reason behind everything.
The reason why is because that's what it was about. It was about these N-words that went to N-word Island, and then all this stuff happened to them. But then they had to change it before they sent to the United States, and then it became racist again because 10 Little Indians are still racist. Like,
they're still racist, right?
Can I ask you a question, Ty?
I don't know. I would read it anyway.
Why are you stuttering like you're Paula Dean or something? You don't want to get yourself in trouble. You're just talking about books. You just talk about black. It was black people that went to a black island.
I'm scared to say the word. You scared
no,
to say
because
that?
I don't want to. No, the reason I was studying, the reason I was stuttering is because I didn't want to say it was 10 black people, because I don't like when people just automatically think the N-word is just black people. You know there are white N-words, right? There are white N-words. The N-word is just a different
I'm sure
name.
Agatha Christie is talking about black people.
Yeah.
Well, obviously she was. But, okay, so my dilemma is, okay, all for me still getting the book, probably not buying it, but maybe getting it from the library maybe, say I guess it's unanimous. I better leave the book alone. It sounded wonderful, though.
Why don't you burn the book, Ty? That'll be the ceremony. Just burn it.
That'll show her one person out of millions burn her book. Yeah. She's probably already dead.
Burn it. No,
that'll show her.
So the book was racist? Like, did they have like racist comments, or because I haven't read the book. I've heard about the book, but I haven't read it.
I'm pretty sure. I haven't read it, and that was my whole dilemma, is if I should read it. But on the cover, it kind of had, like, black people all over it. So pretty sure it was kind of a racist book.
But was it like those
It was black people? Imagine that.
Type of,
It was the really dark skin, the really curly hair, the big lips. Yeah, the jigaboo type.
So it was Sambo. That's what they had on the cover, like Sambo.
Basically. So it was a really racist book, and it just went from being black people to Native Americans, and the only reason it changed is because of they want to be politically correct. But I don't know.
Here's the question: why did the book seem interesting to you? What was the story about?
Because, okay, these people, well, this is how they have the synopsis now. These people went to an island, and one by one they're just dying. And, that's why it's named, and then there were none. Nobody knows what's killing them, what's going on. So it's kind of a mystery, and that's kind of my genre is mystery.
Okay. So, take a pause.
Read the book, Kai. Just read the book and tell us what it's about.
No, let me wait a minute before you say that.
Okay.
If the story was about that, why would it have to be the N-word? Or why would it have to be
logic?
That's
why she has to read it, to find out.
No, Char, just listen. Why would it have to be that? Because that's a very basic story. Lord of the Flies was like that. It was about kids on the island. You know what I'm saying? Now, why would it have to be about either N-words or even Indians? Why wouldn't it have already started as, and then there were none? The fact that she put that in there like that lets you know it's coming from a racist place, because there's no reason for you to make it about that in particular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I was just wondering if I should entertain it, because it did sound pretty good. But I guess I could do Lord of the Flies if it's the same concept. So I guess that's what I'll do.
Lord, I actually like Lord of the Flies.
No, read the book, Kai. Just read the book so that we can all be enlightened. And just for educational purposes and informative purposes, read the book so that you can come back with a very informative reason as to why it is good.
Yep.
I mean, honestly.
What is your vote?
And then
should I read it or should I not?
That's it.
Say it again.
Should I read it or should I not?
You read it.
Read it and burn it.
Alice, what do you think?
I don't see the problem. If I would see a book that says all Jews must die, I would buy it and I would read it. Because I'd be like, damn, I want to read this. I want to know. Like, I'm just that curious. And I read those kind of stuff like all the time. I don't mind.
I'm totally on the opposite, because people say Johnny Cash is a great musician and he has great songs that has a lot of great metaphors and an awesome guy to listen to. However, when he first started, he had a song called "String That Nigger Up." Don't need to listen to anything he has to say after that, because if that's the core person that you are, and if that's the song that you did in order to get your career going, I'm not going to participate in any of the rest of the things that you do.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I mean, I know.
Okay, I'm going to Google that logic. I'm holding you to it. I'm going to hold you to that statement.
I'll post it.
What were you saying? What were you saying, Alice? You don't know what?
No, I'm saying that that's. If it makes you feel uncomfortable, if you really feel bad about it, don't read it. If you're curious, read it. You can just throw the book in any moment. I mean, it's not like someone is forcing you to read or not to read it. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Just, one person's opinion, it doesn't mean, like, okay, fine, whatever. Even if you end up reading it and seeing that it's, like, racist, you can just say, well, screw that, I'm not going to read it. Like, I don't find it interesting, that's it. And you're going to forget about it the next day. I mean, don't pay attention, like, to... It's just her opinion if she said something, bad there. It doesn't mean it's a fact. It's just an opinion, once again.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't see the harm.
My thing is, even if I do read it, I'm definitely not buying it. It'll be more of I just get it from the library, something like that. But I'm not contributing any kind of monetary
family.
I'm just not. I don't care.
You're not going to buy it, but you'll borrow it. You'll borrow it, but you won't buy it. That's what you're saying.
What book
basically.
are y'all talking about?
And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. Nothing?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That was, good job. Well, the reason we were talking about it, since you're just getting here after picking your son up from, football, we were talking about, my dilemma was the synopsis of the book sounds really good, but the book was initially called 10 Little N-Words on N-Word Island. So I didn't really know if I wanted to support anybody who wrote that. So
wow. 10 Little Niggers on Nigger Island.
Yeah, it's okay. Say the word.
For you,
is that the N-word you were talking about?
No, I was a whole other N-word. Of course, yes. What do you think, 10 little nutmegs? What the hell do you think I'm talking about? Good
well,
God.
honestly, let's be real.
Oh my God.
Listen, saying nigger is not a curse. It's not a curse word. And the reason I don't like saying it, and the reason I don't like saying N-word, because I don't like the fact that some establishment of people who can't say it decided to give it a title, and now everybody's trying to say what they say now. My thing is this: the word nigger was used to destroy and eviscerate black people's self-esteem and confidence or whatever. Young black kids took it and flipped it into a term of endearment. So now you're not going to rob me of the way that we took the teeth out of the word that you used to use to make us feel bad and now try to turn it into something ugly again. You don't say it, that's fine. You don't say it because you'll get punched in the face if you say it. But me, my friends, or people that are inside that bubble of what this racial divide is, they get to say it, just like I'm sure Asians get to say whatever Asian slur and not have any backlash because they can use it if they want. But if I was to say it, that's wrong of me because I'm not Asian. And it's the same thing with the way you see gay people do the same thing. I hear gay guys call themselves the F word all the time. When you're out in the city, you'll hear them when they talk. They'll say it to each other. But if you were to say it, you're wrong. And it should be so because I'm not a part of that group. If you're not a part of that group, you don't get to do the things that they do or say the things that they say because that's not the group that you're a part of. This was something that was used to degrade this group of people. So if you're not a part of that group of people that went through the pain of that degradation, you don't get to say it, period. That's the end of the story. Same way women call each other whore and bitch and everything. If I was to do that to a woman, she'd smack me or have a problem. However, they can call each other whores and bitches all the time because they're friends and they're a part of that woman group because they go through whatever it feels like for women to be called that. So I don't get to say that to chicks and have it be, I'm just saying what you said. No, I'm a guy. Guys use it to degrade women, period. So all of this N-word, I'm not with it. I'm just not with it.
The other thing that I have...
Before I finish, if you watch movies on television and they got some movie like Roots, or a TV show like Roots, or they got some other movie like A Time to Kill, you'll hear white people saying nigga all the time. They don't bleep it. But when you see Friday come along and they're using that term of endearment with each other, they bleep it constantly. That's the same word, but used in a way that's not hateful. You bleep the not hateful version. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I just watched a movie with Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen and Zac Efron. And they themselves used the word twice. They tried to put it into the form of they were singing a song, but I was completely shocked. And I don't know. I was
but you know what that
shocked.
comes from? You know what that comes from, though? It's from black people not stepping up and checking people on that. They should have been checked on that and say, oh, you can't say that. Because if you saw some quote black comedy and they were using a slur that you use for Jews or Spanish people, do you think it wouldn't have been a backlash? Do you think no one would have just said anything?
I mean, of course it would have come out and it would have been backlash and they would have had to like re-edit the movie or whatever. I mean, that's why I was so surprised this was on the movie with two really famous people. What's your question, C?
Why do Black Americans use that word? Why do they call each other niggers? Why do they do that?
Oh my God! Are you trying to act like islanders? Don't say that.
I'm not acting like nothing. Like, no, seriously.
No, you just said Black Americans. Are you really trying to say islanders don't use that term? Because I have been around Jamaicans and Trinis.
Am I Jamaican?
All kind of.
No.
I didn't say you were. I was rattling off an entire list before you stopped me. I said I've been around Jamaicans, Trinis, Haitians,
all
and
Caribbean
all
people
types.
don't do that.
My thing is, are you really going to sit here and try to act like Black people from the islands don't use the term nigga? Are you serious?
Listen here, you, okay? Where I come from, you know nothing about it, so you don't even try to speak like you know what goes on down there.
I know more about it than you would
You don't know a
think
damn
that
thing about the United States Virgin Islands except for you dating one right now, okay? So you don't bring that with you.
Who?
Oh, she brought the island accent out on you, Elijah. Whoa.
No, she's snapping because she's not making any sense.
No, I'm snapping because you're talking about something you know nothing about. I'm trying to come out of this. You don't know a damn thing, okay? You do not know. In the United States Virgin Islands,
and what I'm going to tell you is,
calling themselves niggers,
all of the ones that I
maybe
know,
the younger generation pick that crap up from watching friggin' movies and listening to them damn ass rap videos and all that crap. But nobody don't go around calling each other no niggers, okay? That's something I observed when I moved to the States. That's something I observed from listening to music that comes from the States, okay? So you don't tell me no crap about how
do you use the term? Have you ever used the term? I ain't talking about Jamaica. Have you ever used the term? I ain't talking about no other island. I asking about America, okay? Have you ever used the term? Have you?
I don't use it. I don't call nobody no niggers, okay? I don't do that crap.
So you've never in your life said it?
You don't understand what I'm saying? Am I not speaking English? I do not use that word. I don't address nobody by no damn nigger, okay?
This is how I know that you're lying, because you said it with such ease. You didn't even pause. So I know.
Hello. Was I calling somebody a nigger? Was I calling anybody a nigger? No. She was saying N-word, okay? But let me tell you something. If I wanted to say the word, I could say it. But I ain't addressing nobody with it. It's a difference, okay? If a book is called that shit, I will say it. Because I'm not afraid to read it out loud. That's all I'm saying, okay? But I ain't going to go around calling black people niggers, okay? I ain't going to go around calling white people niggers. I ain't going to go around calling nobody that crap. When I moved to the States, it's the first time I'm hearing people calling white people crackers and that kind of crap. The first time I hear that crap. The first time I encountered racism like that crap, seeing it amongst other people, was when I moved to the States. It's an issue in the United States of America. Everybody have an issue with everybody else.
You're going into a whole different. This is exactly my point. It's like you're trying to act like you come from. And listen, I just let you rattle on for about 12 minutes. Allow me to retort if you want to have a conversation. The point that I'm getting to is you're trying to act like the islands is this bubble place where everything is great. Nobody says anything. The kids don't speak back to their parents.
Everything is great in the island, but we do not view race the way you people view race, okay? We don't go around saying white people did this to us, white people did that to us. We don't go around degrading our fellow black people and calling them niggers. We don't do that crap.
Am I going to be able to speak at any point? Am I going to be able to speak?
If you're going to speak like you know. Don't talk about something you don't know.
I'm trying to tell you, but you won't shut your mouth. This is exactly
your issue. No, you're trying
to
tell me, but when you're speaking on, you don't have the ground to
You're not listening. You're still not listening.
You may know a handful of people from a handful of people from the Caribbean, okay? A handful. And you think you know everybody in the Caribbean? You think you know how everything works in the Caribbean because you know a handful of people?
You're making a very blanket statement about black people in the mainland. You don't know a lot. You don't know all
First
black
of all,
people, but you're making a very blanket statement.
Did I say every black person in America calls
You
every
just
black
said,
person?
why do
I said,
black
why
people
do
use
blacks
this term in America?
call each other nigger? Yes. Because it happens. And don't act like you don't know it happens. You know it happens because you yourself say it happens.
And I was going to explain something to you if, again, you shut your mouth and listen. I'm going to explain something to you. Number
the minute
one.
you're wrong, I will speak up, though, but go ahead.
I don't know how anybody let this jewel go. My point being this is what I'm trying to get to. When people from another place make a blanket statement about black culture or why do black kids do this and do that, number one, you're coming from the islands. You're not going to sit here and tell me that there is no derogatory term that island people use to talk about other island people, because I know island people are just as racist as black people here. You got light-skinned ones, you got dark-skinned ones. The light-skinned ones feel like they're better than the dark-skinned ones. I've heard it. They use different words that we don't use because you come from the island. However, the same equivalent. Every time I hear of any young island people coming up to this point, up to this culture in this country, they do the same exact thing. And I've heard older people from 2 and 3 generations prior use the term nigger. Now, it might not be as prominent because you haven't gone through the same thing as mainland blacks. Mainland blacks have just gotten a semi-black leader. You've had black leaders for years. You didn't go through the Jim Crow laws. You didn't go through the freedom marches. You didn't go through any of the things black people had to go through in order to get to this point. You come here and you're just living amongst us. And then for some reason, and it's Africans too, come here and decide that they can judge black people by what they do, by the conditions they live in, by the things that afflict them as a people. I've heard islanders and Africans come here and say, why do black people not, they don't move out the hood and everything. Do you realize that the bank establishment back in the 50s got together and made sure black people could not get loans to move outside of certain zip codes because the white people wanted blacks to be corralled in one area. You didn't have to deal with that because black people ran your country.
I still waiting for you to answer my question. You still didn't answer the question.
No. So you said you were going to cut me off when I'm wrong. What am I wrong on right now?
Excuse me?
What am I wrong on? You said you was only going to interrupt if I was wrong. What am I wrong on?
I ignoring everything you say, and I waiting for you to answer my question.
Well, to people out there that are listening,
because from my question, you went off in a whole different direction when all I asked
any
you,
racial group
why?
That you have not gone through or understand their journey of where they have gotten to this point. You cannot sit here and make blanket statements on, why do you do this, why do you do that? Black people are people. There's been a lot of psychological damage done to black people as a racial divide in this country. So if there are certain things that happen that are, negative reflexes to whatever we've gone through up until this point, i.e. black women wear weaves, which you do in the islands, or black people running around having kids and not taking care of them because the family structure was destroyed, which happens in the islands, and also the fact that they may get stuck in this repetitious routine of young female pregnancy with no father and young black males being institutionalized in prisons to make people money. That happens here. So, yes, if they throw out nigger or they're constantly being picked up for weed and everything, just understand it's a part of a bigger cycle that was set in motion hundreds of years ago. So don't judge anybody and make it seem like they're just stupid because they say nigger or because they call each other whores or because the black family, quote, doesn't seem like they care if there's a man around and blah, blah, blah. This is a bigger thing going on here. And
nobody was judging anybody. I was simply asking a question. Why
the biggest issue that divides us as black people is islanders, Africans, and even some Latinos who are actually black and don't know it. It's division. That's all it is. It's division. So you can't look at anybody and say, why do you do that? You got to know more about their people first. You got to know more about
So
their
basically,
history.
So you got to know more about people before you ask a question about them. How the heck you gonna learn more if you don't
got
ask
to
a
know
question?
more about people before you make blanket statements about them. That's what
It
you
was
need to
a
know.
question.
Basically,
I didn't make any assumption. I asked a question.
Some Black Americans use that word. A lot of them don't like it. Same way as some Islanders use the word, and some don't. Some Africans use it, and some don't. So logic is offended because you just made a blanket statement saying, why do black people say this? Which you're just now saying all black people
both
say
of you and I both went to school. That's not a statement. It's a question.
You said Black
asked
Americans
a blanket
specifically.
Question,
It was
blanket
a question.
statement.
Why?
It was a
Okay,
it was
listen, this is like this. This is an example.
That's how questions
This is
begin.
like this.
It was a
This
question.
is like this.
I didn't say
it's like me
black people do
saying,
this.
why do all black people from the islands eat coconuts and eat goat? That's the craziest thing that ever could fly out of my mouth. Why would you even? Why do they all smoke weed? You know, there's people that think everybody in Jamaica smokes weed.
Yep.
That's the dumbest thing in the
everybody
world.
on the island is from Jamaica.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then
So
not to
just
beat up on you,
because
I'm
I
just
said.
I'm just trying to make you understand. I'm not trying to beat up on you, but I'm just trying to make you
Let me
understand.
tell you, I have not been around any set of American black people who are amongst each other and flinging a word left and right. Okay? So that is
I've
why
been around a
I
lot
asked
of them
the
who
question.
doesn't.
Why?
I've been around many of them who doesn't.
Yeah.
I've been around a lot who do.
I mean, and I've been around a lot who don't. So
And
there
it's
you have it.
a lot of the guys do it.
I use the word vaguely, but I use it when I sometimes I use it sometimes, but vaguely.
Okay, so this is a man that's over 40. He rarely uses it, he just said. Sometimes, whenever the mood makes back him, if that's the case.
Char, do you use the word?
No, not really. No.
That means
you didn't even have
I mean,
to
if
look
I'm
for it.
joking around with maybe if I'm joking around with one of my girlfriends, but rarely like, nigga, please, you know that's not such and such, you know, like that.
See? Yeah, there you go. Just like that.
I mean,
But I
I
don't
use
mean
it,
to
but
be
then
violent.
all of my brothers don't. And, I mean, you could say they're, not American, but they are American. They were born and raised here, so they don't use it. So, I mean, I know. And then outside of even my family, I know a lot of black people who don't use it, refuse to use it, who are just offended if it's used. And obviously I don't use it around them. Then I know some just don't even care. So I know.
Now, listen, me personally, I don't care if you use it or not, but my point is this, like, people need to stop doing stuff like what we're about to talk about tonight. When you look at Israel, you can't say, why do Jews do blah, blah, blah? Everybody in Israel is not a Jew. And even if they were Jewish, they don't represent the Jewish state. So what you would supposedly should ask is, why is the Israeli government blah, 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 or why does the Israeli Defense Force do this and that? You need to specify. When you make blanket statements like, why do black people do this, that's offensive, because all black people are not the same, especially when you divide yourself, because, a lot of islanders don't feel that they are, quote, black people. So it's just like, it's more of this divide and conquer thought process where I can, islanders are like that, never get you just need to look at, like, why are Ugandans going through another genocide?
Well,
what's going on?
hold on one second. Hold that thought. I have a listener who actually wants to chime in, so let's see what they have to say. Caller ending in 5751. What's going on? Hello.
Can you hear me?
You're far away.
Can you hear me?
You're very far away. Hello? Do you have it on speaker or something?
No, it's on my Bluetooth.
Okay. Well, what do you have to say, caller?
Well, my phone decided to call because until I heard the last call, I didn't realize I had called. But anyway, most people in the island do not use. I only caught a bit of it. Are y'all talking about the N-word?
Yes.
Okay, so mainly people in the island in the West Indian Islands do not use the word because it's usually not used. As a teenager coming up to mainland USA, I heard the word used by Black Americans. And that's how I occasionally use it when I'm with my friends, my Black American friends, and they use it in a very endearing manner. But
Thank you.
people in the islands really don't use it because it's not a term we use there. That is the main reason why West Indians do not use that word. We come up here to mainland USA, we give Black people using it, it's an endearing term, and we'll use it with them. And we also pick up the attitude that nobody else can use that word outside of people with this color skin. Period.
Now, caller, do you feel that that's because that the West Indies people in the islands really didn't go through that specific word being used by white people?
Is this logic? Is this
yes, that was logic. Yes.
Okay, so logic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
People in the islands did not go through what Black people on mainland USA went through. You are very wrong. It just so happened. You said we didn't go through the freedom marches. Let me tell you, we started that. Okay, we started that. We fought for our freedom. We killed them. We killed ourselves. Whatever it took, we fought for our freedom. You know that song saying, "I better be a free man in my grave than be a slave"? We did it every which way, and we also came up here. So our ancestors also came up here and taught and encouraged the slaves up here to vote. Okay? So it just so happened that we got our freedom by fighting for it 100 years prior to it happening here on the mainland.
Well, caller, you're not actually right on that. What the reason that the islands the reason that the islands got their sovereignty quicker is because the British nation and the French nation is across the world. United States is still here. So those white people that were controlling the government here, they were right next door to us when we were revolting. That's why they quelled it very quickly. Toussaint Louverture, the reason that he got the freedom in Haiti is because France was going through a war with England at the time. So they ran out of money and they couldn't fight back the rebellion happening in Haiti because that was a very long trip. It took months to get from France back to Haiti. So that's why they had enough time to build the forts and the fortresses that they did in Haiti. America, we didn't have that option because white people lived next door. They didn't have to go far to stop us quickly. The Black Seminoles in Florida, the revolt of Nat Turner, all of that was stopped by the government quickly, within days, because they were right there. So it's a very different cocktail that goes on with the black mainlanders of why we were in capture for so long. It's not because you wanted your freedom more, because we wanted freedom a lot too. But we had a different set of circumstances.
I did not say because we wanted freedom more.
You said you fought hard. We fought hard too, but you had circumstances.
It's like you alluded to that we did.
Are you assuming that we didn't have that there wasn't any white people there to fight? So that's why we had it easy.
Oh my God! Is that what you just got from my statement?
Because you saying, France was over yonder and England was doing their thing.
Okay, let me explain this to you.
There was white people on the island.
The black people on the island back in those days, they outnumbered the white people that were colonized on the island. So when they killed them, they had to get more reinforcements from the motherland, whatever it was, be it France, be it Spain, or be it England. It had to come from another continent. We were right in the backyard of our captors. We
and
could not go anywhere.
And do you not think the slaves outnumbered the whites in America?
Logic.
The slaves did outnumber the whites in America.
What? No, I didn't hear what you said. What did you say?
So I'm just saying, though, the bottom line is, slavery was abolished 100 years earlier, and because, it's going to the point that you're saying black people in the island, let's say West Indian Islands, because there are islands all over the place. West Indian Islands did not go through what the blacks on USA
No one is speaking. No,
it wasn't
I'm not.
given to us.
I'm not speaking
and
about you
fighting.
fighting.
Down to our children. Okay, we are taught about slavery, unlike blacks in the USA. It's not hidden in the West Indies. We are descendants of slaves. We do not hide that.
Okay, can I report?
From elementary school. Okay.
You're taught from elementary school what?
We are taught about slavery from elementary school, from your mother's house to elementary school, right through high school.
Taught about what?
So what?
And we're not taught what the white people wrote in
Wait a minute,
books.
you're drowning her out. I cannot hear her. What are you saying that you were taught from childhood? What are you saying?
I say
learn our history from the time we're in elementary school.
Oh my God, she's still talking. See, are you serious? Every time she says it, you talk. I can't hear her. Now, I'm sorry. Call her one more time. Hopefully she won't say anything. What are you saying that you were taught from a kid?
I think, can you hear me? I'm on my Bluetooth, but I'm driving.
No, I hear you fine, but she keeps talking over you. So you were saying, as a child, you from the house, you were taught what?
As a child, yes. As children, we are taught about slavery. It's handed down. Even with the Caribbean Indians on my island, we are handed down this history. Not what.
Okay, now I'm glad you brought that up. Now, what are you taught in the islands about the slave that you were versus what we are and what the connection is? What did they teach you?
Oh my goodness! Oh my God! Oh, that is a huge accident. That's an 18-wheeler.
Caller.
Yes. Oh my good Lord.
Bueller. Bueller.
Caller.
We are on the highway.
Bueller.
Oh my God.
Okay. Do you want me to let you go?
Yes.
Okay. Well, continue listening. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh. All right. Look, this is the point I was trying to get to. Now,
well, hurry
I
up, because we actually need to get to our show.
Listen, okay, I understand, but this is a very important thing. Every time we talk about this, someone changes the subject, gotta go. So I need to say this. People in the islands and in Africa have this thought process. A lot of African islanders, I'm only a handful, that doesn't think this. They have this opinion that, we can't help it that we fought for our freedom and got it so long ago, and, black people were just blah, blah, blah. Okay, yes, at one point, black people outnumbered white people. They did, in the mainland. However, we've had the riders of the Nigger Republic, which was the predecessor to the Ku Klux Klan. We had when Lincoln abolished slavery, the wagon rollers were going around and kill all kinds of black people that were heading north. We've had, since slavery ended, all media and all imagery that we've been shown of black people was something that was horrendous, dangerous, something to be ashamed of, so on and so forth. Now, when I say people haven't gone through the same thing that mainland blacks have, it's simply because, as I was trying to explain to her, geography played a big part in the freedom of islanders and in the freedom of the Haitians and the Brazilians. Portugal could not afford to keep sending boats back and forth to Brazil to lock the thing down. That's why they got free. Did they want their freedom? Yes, they did. They made capoeira, they did everything they could to become free. They did it. That was great. Not taking any credit from them. But you cannot compare that to living in the 13 colonies where literally the government was the next door neighbor. George Washington was a slave owner himself. He was the president. You know what I'm saying? So you can't sit here and say that, we just fought for it, because when it comes to Jamaica, when it comes to Haiti, when it comes to all of those St. Troy's and St. Croix and those St. Thomas's and all those rest of those saints south of Cuba and all over the place in that area, that was France. Britain decided before anybody else slavery was over. France ran out of money. That's why they couldn't lock their rebellions down. That's why the freedom was had so long ago.
The Virgin Islands was Danish.
Where's the Danish people live at?
I'm just saying it was Danish. It wasn't British.
Okay, you interrupted. Where are the Danish people from?
Where do you think? Denmark.
I'm asking you. Denmark. Where's Denmark?
Are you being,
that's Europe, right?
You being serious?
No, is that Europe? That's Europe, right? Isn't it a whole ocean in between Europe and the islands? That is correct, right? So as I said, geography played a part in them not being able to lock it down. Americans.
Oh, so you're saying because one country was over these particular islands, didn't have allies with the other islands where other countries were present?
Did anybody hear me say that?
No.
Nobody.
So
nobody
don't assume that they would have to go till
I'm not
where
using
they originally
any assumptions
came from
at all.
to get allies for help.
I'm not using any assumptions at all. I will tell you.
So don't be like, well, they would have to go all the way back to France. They could just go right next door to the island.
No.
Hey.
They had the people
European,
the people that locked it down.
England come help us with our problem, okay? France come help us with our problems because white people freaking talk to each other, okay? They talk to each other. They would not just abandon one country's island because they're not the same nation. No, they would send for help, okay? The islands are so close together, it would be no problem to get islands.
Can you listen? The Danes and all of the rest of those people, and all of it in Europe, they had no vested interest to help each other because they were going through their own problems. It's only now that the European Union has started that they help each other. Germany did not help England. France did not help Spain. Spain did not help anybody because they don't care. It's just like in the United States. The United States, if Canada goes through a problem, the United States is not going to say, oh, you need $2 trillion to dig into your Earth's crust to get the oil, and we're not going to get any money from it. Here you go. Take the money.
You really think you know everything, huh? You really think you know everything?
Did anybody hear me say that? Did anybody hear me say that?
No. Because you're assuming that because there were no European Union at the time that nobody would help each other. That's a damn lie, okay?
Listen, all I'm saying is you're getting emotional right now, and I'm trying to tell you about history.
No, I'm trying to tell you
history of it. The history of it.
You do not know every damn thing. You think you know Caribbean history, boy. You do not know Caribbean history.
I cannot continue. I'm not going to be able to continue if you continue to be able to cut me off.
Because you want to say that what you're saying is the facts and nothing else. As if I can't tell you what I know about where I am from.
Okay, tell me what book you got that from.
Oh my God!
Tell me what book you got that from.
You really want me to give you some choice words there?
Choice words? I'm asking you for facts.
Stop asking me.
No, listen. The choice I'm asking you is to give me facts to back up what you're saying. What historical facts do you have to back up what you're saying?
I have the caller who chimed in earlier.
The Virgin Islands history book, and you go look it up yourself, okay?
You're now putting on a Virgin Island accent, and the Americans can't understand you any longer.
You're also thinking that my great-grandparents ain't passed on the knowledge to their family members as if you don't know nothing about what happened with our
family. Did you hear me say that? When did I say that?
Because you're assuming what I know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay?
Listen.
You're having way too much
listeners messaging in. The caller who messaged in earlier, she's talking to Logic. She said, we're taught about the triangular African slave trade, how the slavers would try to break us. Those who were broken were sent to mainland America. And she also said, Logic doesn't know West Indian slaver history. He should keep to his. Then we have another listener.
That's exactly my point, saying keep to his. It's all the same. It's all the same. That's exactly my point. And this is what they're teaching each other, that it's different. It's not different. It's not different. That's exactly my point.
You're trying to act as if you know what went on in the islands, Logic. You're trying to tell
a Caribbean person
that
I know how the transatlantic slave trade started. I studied this in college. What are you talking? Listen, my
You
point
studied
is
what?
exactly
You
that.
studied what? You studied what? Who teach you? What book? Who wrote those books that you studied from? Okay, we don't have people writing
does
our
anybody
history in the islands. Okay.
Listen, does anybody remember
we don't have
back when we did the
outsiders
Black
writing our history.
I can't hear you.
Does anybody remember back when we did the Black History Month? Did I not give you like 7 books to read? Did I not put all of those book titles on the page?
These same books that people are now saying that were fabricated by white people to teach blacks what they wanted you to learn.
Show me that. What book did you get that out of? Because when you did the show, you didn't say a word.
Are you talking about those same books? Because
where
you, who's
did
supposed
you
to be
get
a
that?
history buff, should know that a lot of things that were being taught back then weren't the whole entire truth.
I tell you what. Since I don't know anything about island history, I just want you to answer me this one question. Was Toussaint Louverture, who got the freedom to Haiti, was he the one that led them to victory? What happened to him? How did that revolution end for Toussaint?
To ask you a Haitian, no? Am I Haitian? I'm not Haitian.
I didn't ask. You're from the islands. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I could tell you about the United States Virgin Islands, what was once the Danish West Indies. Don't ask me about Haiti.
Okay, but you should also know that the Haitian Revolution is something that reverbed throughout the entire Virgin Islands. You should know that. I know
what some history books say about Haiti, but I ain't gonna tell you that what they say is wrong, because I know that a lot of stuff that was written about Haiti, they even tried to say that some of their leaders.
You're still talking about what you know, but I'm asking you to tell me what you know. Tell me what you know.
I told you to go ask a Haitian about Haiti. Don't ask a Virgin Island about Haiti.
Like I said, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She's being emotional. My point is
I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about, but what I'm trying to tell you is you do not go to somebody who is not from a place to ask them about that place. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. What island are you from?
Because I can only tell you.
What island are you from?
How many times I gotta repeat myself?
Repeat it one more time. What island are you from?
I am from St. John.
St. John. So you tell me the person or the group that was instrumental in getting St. John their freedom. Tell me that right now.
Oh, my God.
The group that was instrumental in getting St. John to live. Look,
that was my question. I'm glad you repeated it. Go ahead.
St. John is now a part of the United States Virgin Islands, okay? Before then, it was the Danish West Indies, okay?
I didn't ask you who owned it. I asked you who was instrumental in getting them their freedom.
Wow.
Listen here, dude. Queen
That's
Mary.
Actually, the islands isn't technically free, because now we're owned by the United States, which is why it's the U.S. Virgin Islands.
That's what I want to know. Why
Kyrie, that's why I didn't ask you the question. I asked
her the question. Are you talking about freedom from slavery?
No, see, listen. You just showed that you don't know anything about your own island.
No, I showed that you don't know
how to ask a question. That's what I showed. I showed
that you don't know how to answer a question. I showed you don't know how to ask a question.
You lost all credibility here. I'm done. I'm not even listening.
I lost credibility because you're can't even ask a question, right? You gonna ask me about the freedom of the island, or you asking about the freedom of the state?
All right. Well, here's the way. Here's a way that you can redeem yourself. Wait a minute. Here's a way that you can redeem yourself. What year did your rebellion start? Just give me the year.
Which rebellion are you talking about?
Oh, my God. The rebellion of not wanting to eat coconuts. That rebellion. What rebellion you been talking about? Tell me about the slave revolution.
Which rebellion are you talking about?
No, see. Give me what year it started. Just the year.
Oh, God, this is funny. Oh, my God.
You got nothing. Like I said, you don't know what you're talking about. You're getting emotional. You're not listening to facts. And this is the reason that you will not learn anything, because you're arrogant. The year was 1733 that it started. That's when it started.
So you have the freaking internet to pull up something I learned in elementary school. You have the internet to pull up something I learned in elementary school.
If you learned in elementary school, you would have been able to tell me you're a liar and you don't know what you're talking about. So I'm not listening to anything else you got to say.
Let me tell you something here, you little
No, you can't tell me anything because you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, because you don't know me like that shit, okay? You don't friggin' know me. You don't be calling me no goddamn liar, okay? I learned something in elementary school. Who the hell remember every friggin' day from elementary?
You just said that you were taught something from elementary school. You'd have been able to be able to give it to me exactly when I asked it.
You remember every goddamn thing you learned in school? You remember every friggin' day you learned? Do you?
Hey, DJ.
Yo.
Who was the man that signed into legislation the freedom of slaves? What was his name?
Lincoln.
Everybody know that friggin' shit.
Oh, when did you learn that, Bernie? When did you learn that? What grade were you in when you learned that?
I think it was 5th, I think.
Yeah, elementary school. How about that? He was able to just give it to me right then and there. Isn't that something?
Everybody know that dumb shit was freaking what his goddamn name is? Fucking
wow.
Lincoln.
Cousin Phil.
Shit.
You're emotional. I'm not listening. Let's move on.
Listen, Lincoln. Logic.
Anyways.
That question is over.
Anyways.
Don't worry about it.
Anyways, and I do want to tell American listeners that Cee was using curse words. You probably don't recognize them, but they were Caribbean curse words.
Oh,
that's because his stuff on the friggin' internet when they had a friggin' rebellion.
You were speaking, you were speaking a whole different language. I gotta translate. Mother skunt is basically your mother's cunt. So that's basically like saying
logic.
Oh, yeah. You see that? Wait a minute. You did know, but do you see that? Another black woman is going to insult my black mother. How about that? Because we're talking about
your
history.
Mother black, her cunt, actually.
We're talking about history. She's upset.
Your mother black.
Anyways, then I have another listener. I was trying to get to this. We have actually an abundance of listeners right now, and everybody's messages in. Another listener, she asked from way back when if y'all don't call each other names in the islands. And then she asked, Cee, who do you hang with that you only hear, only black people up here using that N-word? Like, that's all you hear.
Well, when I went to college in Florida, I heard it a lot. Okay, nigga this, nigga that, cracker this, cracker. Actually, that was the first place I heard people referring to white people as crackers in Florida. Wow. And when I joined the Army, okay, I met up with black people from different states, and they all said it. And even when I deployed, they were all saying it too. Okay, so I have never been amongst black Americans that did not use it.
Damn. But that offended you, right? That offended you to see that, right? That was something that confused you, and you didn't like that?
Confused me? I was wondering if they were the ones confused. I don't understand why you would take a derogatory word that was used against your people and use it with yourself and then try to say
wait a minute. Let me get to this. So it was confusing for you racially why people would do that. So why would you have a baby with one of them? Why would you do that?
No, her guy is from the islands, actually.
Yeah, in your
but
face. How about that? You know so much.
The dude that you with, is he from the island?
Yes.
So he's from the island.
Wait, the dude that I'm with now or my son's father?
Yes. No, the guy you're with now.
No, he's not from the island.
Okay, so why would you raise your child around something like that if you don't understand it and it's racially confusing? Why would you racially confuse your child?
I ain't telling you nothing about what he does. I ain't telling you nothing about what he does. So why would you assume that he's
No, but you just said every black person you met has been like that. He's black, isn't he?
I didn't say every black person I met. I said every group of black people I've been around.
Okay, a black person is a part of a group, whether he wants to understand that or not.
If every single one of them said it.
Oh, now that's every single black person. Okay, well, let's move on. I'm sorry. I got that completely wrong.
He's a real ass,
I have a listener that says that islanders have to call each other some derogatory name. There has to be something that islanders call each other. And if islanders
why
are
we
so
have
strong.
to call each other derogatory names?
If islanders
Why?
are so strong and the country is so nice, why are y'all coming here?
I've been asking myself that question. I'm thinking about moving.
Wow.
Why anybody move any place? It's for economic.
There's milk and honey
for
in the
economic
island. There's so many
That's why people
virtuous
move
women
with
out
it.
here that teach their kids about Black history before they even get out the house. I'm moving. What about you, B?
Listen.
Let's go, man. Let's
You
out
want
of
to
here.
you want to know the answer to the question? People move for economic opportunities. They don't move because they're gonna have some American system about morals. No, you move, but you can still teach your kids your morals that you learned from where you came from, your morals and everything that they need to move forward. Okay?
Okay.
Just because you're living in a state and you go through the education system don't mean that you don't teach your youth, your culture, and your mannerisms and all that
Wait a
stuff.
minute, so see, I suppose every islander that moved to New York lives on Park Avenue, right? Because you all,
I don't know
all of you.
about New York. Don't ask me about New York.
Okay, is your next door neighbor a surgeon or a dentist? Is that the type of neighborhood that you live in? Where do you live? You live amongst normal people that struggle every day like you do?
Oh, Jesus Christmas.
Huh?
I don't.
I do have a listener who wants to tune in. 1 second, let me get that listener on. And listener, you're on the air.
I'm moving.
But apparently, I'm moving. Okay.
You're moving. He's with
They're
you, Logic. He's
differently.
moving.
Either way.
Logic, you better not go anywhere.
JetBlue.
Too good, guys.
No, wait. I want to
listener.
get a call. I couldn't hear. What did he say? What did he say?
He said he's moving. He said he's with me. He's moving. He's gone.
Hey, look, I'm telling you right now, I'm about to start a fund for all Black men.
The mainland.
Mainland
Hello?
Black dudes that want to go
Where
to the
are you saying,
island
the mainland
so
what?
Mainland Black dudes that want to go to the island so we can just live better.
Being more American than Virgin Islanders.
Oh my God! I'm hearing the person in the background. She is heated.
What was that? Yes. Wow.
I can't hear.
What's going on?
So that's why
I'm trying to hear the person in the background.
Hey, Bernie.
Oh, man. What's up?
Bernie, don't pay any attention to what you hear on the phones because this is
Y'all
the
can understand anything because I can understand what's going on.
women.
No, I couldn't really understand. Thank you, listener. Thank you. Continue listening.
And they're lovely.
Oh, yeah.
And they teach their kids. And they are not whores. And although sometimes they like to go out and be naked in the parade, because that's okay. That's totally fine. We should just move to the islands, man, because it's the land of milk and honey. Yes.
Logic, you move to the islands, okay? You move to the islands. See how long you going to last for the mouth of yours.
Wait a minute, the caller sounds like Logic. Which one is Logic and which one is the caller? The caller sounds like Logic.
No, the caller is back on hold. Come on, Sean.
Oh. I mean, I'm trying to keep up. I need some instruction.
Logic was speaking over the caller the entire time.
Wait a minute. You said that I wouldn't be able to last in the islands. Why is that?
For a month.
Oh, my God.
Because
She
nobody like
said with that mouth of yours. That's what she said.
Because nobody like
wait a minute. So are you saying that the islands are violent like the inner cities? Oh, wait a minute.
No,
now.
I'm saying they don't put up with
totally
too much shit.
misrepresenting your country. Hold on.
They don't put up.
Did you just say that somebody will hurt me in the island? This black one nation that had their freedom, hundreds of years before, they're so beyond us when it comes to, being logical and being loving to their own black people, and they teach their children love and black, and we're all from the earth. They would hurt me? Why would they hurt me?
You're a real clock, Logic. A real freaking clock.
Logic, you don't have to do that.
Hold on.
I actually have another listener. Logic, I do have a listener who messaged in and said that. Logic, I do have a listener that messaged in and said you're a butthead, just in general. She just wants to let you know. That's what she said.
Just in general.
Hey, that may well be, but I'm only a butthead here. When I go to the islands, I'll be somebody.
You'll be somebody jack the F up. That's what you'll be.
Yeah, I'll be somebody.
Oh, my God.
Who really loves me and doesn't
All right.
You picked that up
We're
from
not
America.
in kindergarten here. Okay.
You picked that up from America.
All right, let's stop. Alice,
You hear that
we
mouth,
haven't heard
DJ?
from you.
She picked
Alice,
that up from America. That's not how
Logic,
they
let me get
that's
Alice. Alice, we haven't heard from you. What do you think about this black-on-black crime going on right now?
Hello.
I don't even know what to say. Actually, I wanted to say something before the whole sumo fight here started. When you were talking about, using this word that, there are people who use this word and don't use this word. Actually, when I lived in Ukraine for a few years, and when I was there, I heard a lot of people use this word.
Really?
And let me explain. Now, I was pretty much exposed to the American culture, through, television, internet, et cetera. So I knew that you're not supposed to say that word, and that's pretty much it. When I got there, people are not as exposed. I mean, some of them, yes, but not so much. And I've heard a lot of people use this word, and they, like white people, call each other this way. And they think, like young people, okay, so those are people who are, I don't know, like 16, 17 till like 22, 23, and they think that this is cool. Like, if you call each other like that, it means you're like really cool. You're really cool,
No,
and,
that makes a lot of sense.
And because they're saying that, when they see the videos, like music videos, they try to, a lot of them are very
stimulated, right?
They into like hip hop culture, and they love the to dress this way and to listen to the music and really be into it. So they would say that word, and they would actually like refer to their friends like it's cool, this is like really, really cool. This is a good word. And I'd be like, no, like no, like don't say that word. If you go to the States and you'll say that word, it's not going to be good. Like people are not just going to be, oh yeah, okay, that's fine. And they're like, really? Why? So I had to explain. So yeah, a lot of the media, it shows like it portrays that word as in. I understand why it could look like it's like tough, but in a good way, tough, cool. A lot of people just don't know that. They see it on TV.
Because they're not exposed to it because they have not seen where
they don't know the whole story. Yes,
Black Americans complain about white people using that word, but guess what? If they allowed it, okay? They allowed it.
Oh.
You'd be surprised.
What, Black Americans allowed white people to use it?
What?
Look, they allowed white people to feel comfortable to use it and feel they can use it however they want to use it, okay? Because they use it with each other, and they allow.
That's what we were saying earlier. That's what we were saying earlier.
Listen.
The word was used on that
right?
one movie I told you about, and no black people had an uprising about that movie. Like, why are we listening to this movie? This movie needs to be banned from theaters. Nobody said that. So, I mean,
look,
I agree with you. Nobody's making a real stink about it.
To touch on what Alice said, in the military alone, you know how many white people, when they joined the Army, that was the first time they ever met black people? Like,
wow.
I heard that before.
Yeah, so,
I heard that before.
If the only thing they can learn about black
hold on. There's not a white person in this country that doesn't know where that word came from.
Where that word came from.
If they grew up here,
listen,
if they're from here, they have no.
I didn't even finish my thought. So what I'm saying is, okay, for those who are not exposed to blacks and all they know is what they see on TV or what they hear on the radio. That is all they can go by. Okay?
Wow.
So that's why like
as
how
I
they
said,
hear the song and stuff, so they feel comfortable imitating it.
There's no one from this country that does not know that word's impact on black people. If you're from this country, you were born and raised here, several generations, there is not a possibility that you don't know that calling a black person a nigger will get you punched in your face or worse.
Yep.
You have got to be out of your mind.
You
are sitting here trying to act like it's not okay. When it comes to the other parts of the world,
it shouldn't be used by any race. It shouldn't be used by any race.
I have the right to use it. If I want to use it, I have the right to use it. If I decide that this is the way.
If you don't have a problem using it, you don't have a problem with your own people using it against you, you don't tell me I can't use it, because I'll use it too.
Against
you
me?
Like it so much.
There hasn't been one black person in my life yet that's used the term nigger against me to degrade me as a person.
Okay, and hold on. I want to hear what BJ has to say. BJ, go ahead. What were you going to say?
It's the way they say it. They can say it in a negative way. They can say it in a negative way. That's the thing with Logic's saying. And they will come to him and say, like, oh, straight up nigger. They say it not in a negative way. You know that's a negative word, but a black on black, we won't say negative unless we, really mad at you or whatever. So it's not a negative way when we say it.
Look, if you don't like the word, don't use it and don't allow anybody else, whether they're black, white, yellow, brown, whatever. Don't allow anybody else.
Hey, guys, let me say something. It's not always offensive. It's how you use it.
And that's
she's saying it doesn't matter how you feel about it, if you like it or not. If you don't want everybody using it, she's saying that you can't use it at all. That's what she's saying.
You shouldn't use it.
Listen, if you're a black American that's born in America, we have different views than those that are born outside of America. In America, it is used as a term of endearment. Even the island caller said that. The island caller admitted they don't use it over there, but she uses it with her friends. So if I'm like, nigga, give me $5. Wait, let me finish. If I'm like, nigga, give me $5, you know you got $5. Especially when guys are talking, it's not always offensive. First of all, it's only offensive because of slavery. And nothing's offensive to anyone unless you take offense to it. So I don't know why this one word has become so, it's just become so corrupt in our society for the last, 200 years. It doesn't even have to be.
What are you talking about?
Listen, hold on. Listen, I understand where you're coming from. It started off as a corrupt word. We flipped it. My point is this. Women don't like when men call them a bitch, or they call them a whore, or they call them a cunt. But they call each other that. So if you don't like men using that, you can't say that. No, wait a minute. You're judging people again. You don't use it. Some women do. Okay, that is not for you to say they're stupid because they do that. Again, you're making a blanket statement. The point that I'm getting to, because it's not your place to say any woman. What, Kai?
All right, I can say it's stupid.
Wait, I have two callers. I actually have two callers who've been waiting to speak, and we only have 12 minutes left. One second.
Right, speak caller.
All right, caller, you're on the air. Oh. Hello.
Bump the gums.
Hello.
Speak.
Hello.
Speak.
Never mind. Next caller.
Are you there? Did you die?
Next caller. Caller ending in 8684. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Okay, this is caller number 8684. What I just wanted to say after listening to this conversation is, and I'll preface it by saying I'm an older white gentleman who was raised that you should never use that word. And here's the problem with using it sometimes offensively and sometimes not offensively. Who is going to be the judge of that? Who's going to hire the offensive police so we could sit back and decide whether the person used it in an offensive manner or not an offensive manner? It's an offensive word, period, and just should not be used.
That's your opinion?
Yes,
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And caller, what is your ethnicity? What is your ethnicity?
He said he's white. He said he's an older white gentleman.
He's a white guy.
I'm an older white gentleman. I'm Polish and Irish.
So then you're Anglo-Saxon. Got it.
Yeah, he's an older he's an older white guy from a generation when it sounds like, I don't mean to, assume anything about the age, but it sounds like he's coming from the generation where all of the racial heat was happening in the 60s and the 70s and everything. So he's coming from a place where he has an emotional reaction to all of these type of things, be it Spanish, Black,
I got a question.
or
my parents told me that the word should never be used because what you're doing when you use that type of a word is you're assigning, it's just like any other prejudice or any other bigotry. You're assigning a certain, in that sense, a very derogatory, very derogatory term to a whole group of people. And people should be judged as individuals, not as Polish or Irish. I mean, they're all individual. Everybody's an individual. Black, white, yellow, it doesn't matter. So when you use a word like that, you're ascribing something to a whole group, whether it's an ethnic group or a racial group.
But that's coming from your racial group. There's no black people that teach their kids that, okay, this is what you say to destroy a black person. That's not what they do when they're saying nigga to each other.
No, but they should teach their children that this is what the white person used to destroy that group. Why should you use it?
You're not coming from where we're coming from.
There's no logic to that. What?
There's
no logic to that.
Down boy.
Logic is wrong because I grew up when growing up as a child. I heard that word.
No.
I heard that word and I'm okay.
You're not from here.
And I asked my mom about it.
Hold on. Okay, caller 8684. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to talk more about what you said. So continue listening. Thank you for tuning in.
Well, I agree with
caller.
Of course you agree with him because you're coming from a different thought process. You're not coming from American black.
Okay.
So you don't have the same background.
If growing up, right, and you did something wrong or whatever, and your parents constantly call you idiot, you real idiot this, idiot that, everything out their mouth, they refer to you as a freaking idiot, right? Okay, so as you get older, would you appreciate other people calling you idiot too?
If it started to degrade my intelligence, no. But if it started as my mom had a nickname for me, calling me Snoopy, so everybody saw me later on in life, yo, what's up, Snoopy? But I'm not going to get angry because my mother started the nickname as a term of endearment. So that's how nigger is.
No.
Nigger,
I'm not talking about the term of endearment. I said she was putting you down from a child, calling you an idiot all the time, okay, to degrade you. Would you grow up then?
What is she not understanding about the emotional connection to the word? I don't understand.
Stop. As a mediator,
but listen, you guys listen, but it's not used. But listen, idiot is not used to represent an entire group of people.
It's still a bad word. It's still a degrading word, okay?
It's degrading.
No.
The point star is nigger. The point star is nigger.
Wait, let me finish. Let me finish. When you are American, it's a difference of a cultural environment. It is not offensive to us among each other.
Y'all say this is American, this is American. When you are born as an American, a freaking stupid when it comes to that.
You said yourself it's a different culture. We have a different culture.
That is a
cultural thing.
Stupid, ignorant thing that Black Americans are dying. It's stupid, ignorant.
No, when you are an American black person, you're not born in the islands.
Stop it. You're a Black American and you use it as a term of endearment. You're ignorant as hell.
Oh my God.
Okay, and now hold on.
I said it and I don't
apologize. Listen, I haven't said much the entire show, but let me just say one thing without being rudely interrupted. If you are not born in America, you are not an American. We're talking about an American culture. It is a cultural environment where it is not offensive among other black people. Yo, nigga, you know you got $5, nigga. Give me that $5. Oh, okay, you trying to be okay, that's cool. And then the girl's like, oh, nigga, please. You know that nigga, but blah, blah, blah. You know who takes care of me. You don't want to call me.
Because people decide that it's a term of endearment, the rest of the monkey them going to follow. The rest of the idiots going to follow.
It's not in general conversation. It's very selective. If that seems to ring through your ears, great. If it processes, great. But it's not. It's the selective option that we have as Black people. We have been put through a lot of crap. So we have the right to choose how we
go ahead and call each other
we choose to be offended for certain things. We do.
Slave masters used to call you. So you go ahead and use that word.
Again, people do that in any culture. But you know what Black people do? We take everything and make it a joke. We take everything and make it fun, and we make it a joke because we don't see depression and everything. No, Black people find a way to find humor in things. We find humor in the craziest things. Slap us for it. But the hell that we've been through is the least that people can understand. If that's what we choose to do in our own culture, then so be it.
Don't get mad if a white person uses it too. Don't get mad if a white person uses it too.
I hate to say this, but if a white person uses it, yes, it's offensive. We call each other niggas all the time. Girls call each other bitches. No, females call each other bitches black and white. What does that mean? I mean, come on.
That does not make it okay. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
You never call your girlfriend's a bitch, for real. You never call one of your girlfriends a bitch just playing around. Bitch, please. Bitch, you know you're playing, bitch. But we do. Come on. I mean, it's like society has changed.
If I would let a man use that word to me, I let a woman call me that. You crazy?
Okay.
Well.
Everybody pause. Everybody pause. Let the host of the show speak. Please. I'm sitting here trying to keep my cool because none of y'all are letting me listen or say anything. There was a point where frickin' 3 people were talking and we couldn't hear anything anybody was saying. So what the hell was the point in that?
We don't have a lot of time.
Trying to say. We have listeners who were trying to message in and I couldn't get a word in edgewise because we were arguing about this word. And, Americans, and all they heard was Cee calling Americans stupid and dumb. Now, I don't know if that's what she was saying, but clearly, whenever it was a quiet time, we heard American, stupid, dumb. That's what I heard.
I didn't
have
say
a bunch
American
of people messaging
or stupid
in.
Or dumb. I said, you want me to clarify what I said?
Hush. Cee, be quiet. You keep cutting people off. I don't know if that's what you said. This is what I said, but this is what we heard because you were not letting people say what they needed to say. You're cutting people off. Now I have a bunch of people messaging in saying that Americans are not stupid, we're not stupid, how dare you, etc., etc. Next time, let people talk.
Relax.
But that's what I'm saying. Y'all are cutting each other off, and we can't even hear what you're saying. Good Lord. Anyways. I agree with both sides. I completely agree. I use the word, but I don't use it in a derogatory term. And what I wanted to say about what the older white gentleman said is, I think either he or Cee said it. I don't even remember now. You were saying that, we don't teach our children where the word comes from. I know Americans absolutely teaches their children exactly where the word comes from. And I can't even talk now. I'm so mad I can't even talk. I know Black Americans teach their children where the word nigger came from. I know that for a fact because I actually hang around Black Americans. Now, the island part of it, I know islanders who use the word nigger. Not nigger, nigga. I do know islanders who use it, and I know islanders who do not. And I said this at the beginning of the show. Now we're here arguing with each other about a freaking word nigger when technically, and no offense, any white person that's listening, technically, when white people look at you or any other race on the face of this freaking earth looks at you, y'all a bunch of niggers. From Africa, the island, anywhere. And we're on this show arguing with each other about this stupid word and segregating each other. American, Black Americans, Caribbeans. We're all black people. News freaking flash.
Who didn't say that? Where are you getting that from?
Who didn't say
I've
what?
been saying that the whole time. That it's all the same. So what are you talking about? The only person that said it's different is her.
Okay.
Her?
You, C. Yes, you. A, B, C. C, you. You the only one that said
I didn't say Americans
Black. No, you said that why do mainland Black people do that? That's what you said. You're the one divided.
Question.
But she's you're making it now. You, Kai, are making it seem like we're segregating each other and we're just playing a part in this dumb system that white people set up.
I do have to say you weren't doing that. I do apologize to you weren't doing that. But there was a lot of segregation
about apology.
in this show.
It's not about apology. But the core of the argument was about the fact that she's judging something she doesn't understand. That's my problem.
I understand it. What's to understand?
Okay, we only have 30 seconds left. It's not time to get into a whole other argument.
And then y'all turn it around and then try to say a good word.
See, we have 30 seconds left. This week we were supposed to be talking about Israel versus Palestine. Next week we are definitely getting to Israel versus Palestine. We're not getting into anything else because this is something really important that we wanted to get into. Trust me, I love tonight's show. Don't get me wrong. I really love tonight's show. But next week we're getting into Israel versus Palestine. Definitely we're not even talking about anything before we even mention that show. So next week, Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on No Conduct Radio, Israel versus Palestine. Thank you for listening, everyone. Peace out, everyone.
Peace.
Well, bye, everyone. Have a great week. Have a happy Halloween.
The deals are getting hotter during the dear days of summer. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all John Deere compact tractors. Plus, get a best-in-class 6-year powertrain warranty at no additional cost. Hurry in today for the hot deals of summer. Offer ends August 2nd, 2016, subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. Terms, conditions, exclusions, and warranty limitations apply. See dealer for details.
Visit your local John Deere dealer today to take advantage of special savings going on now. Find out more at myjohndeeredealer.com.